just sort of take a couple of minutes to talk about the work that I've been doing with Greg Gillies and what I've needed to do to make some massive changes within myself, because I've suffered from what many men suffer from for a long time, and I have put my work at risk, my businesses at risk, my relationships at risk. And thankfully I came to a point last year where I realized something had to change. So for many years I have suffered from white knight syndrome, and there are a whole lot of reasons behind it, but basically I would say yes to everything. I would see an opportunity to fix something and I would go all in. I would work and give everything that I had to everything that I did. And by the time I got home each day, I was absolutely spent. On the face of it, and even I was kidding myself, I was really happy. I was doing a really good job. I was working my ass off. I was doing some fantastic things. I was building and selling businesses and making good money. But the reality is all of those things were external, and I was crushing myself internally. So again, by the time I got home each day, I was just in shutdown mode. I had nothing left to give. So fast track to burnout. And sort of came to a head last year where I just got to a point where I'm going through that same cycle again. I'm building another successful business, working my ass off, we're kicking goals, doing great things, and everything looked from the outside and commercially, everything was rosy and looking really good. But I was toast. And while I wasn't at that point where I was just going to self-sabotage and chuck it all in, thankfully I knew Greg and we had a chat, and then I started doing some work with him. For those of you that don't know Greg, he is a coach for men, very similar to me, people in business that have just hit a wall, don't know what they want to do, or don't know how to change what they're doing, and it has been transformational. Working with Greg helped me uncover a whole lot of stuff that was actually leading to the behaviors that I was doing. Acknowledge it, accept it, get on with it, but most importantly, it's provided me with a framework. So ever since we started working together, I've become so much more attuned to what's going on inside here and all of the things that I can do to actually stop doing the negative things that I have been doing. And the biggest mindset change has been around changing things from trying to fix everybody else and everybody else's problems to looking at me, looking at what I need. And it's something that, as men, we really struggle with, is going, or as parents in general, right? We struggle with this, is how the hell can I put myself first when I've got a business, I've got staff, I've got children, I've got an amazing wife. They need to come first because I'll be right. But by putting all of that focus on everybody else, there was nothing left in the tank for me, and I was just withering away. So back end of last year and the first part of this year, Greg's helped me completely change that mindset around, I need to focus on me first. I need to make sure that I have gas in the tank, that I'm right in the head. I have dealt with shit that I've been dealing with all my life and got a new framework, a new perspective on it, so that there is no other more important moment than now, right? Don't let the past drag you down. Don't let the thought of the future cloud your decisions in regards to what you are doing right here today. And honestly, going into it, I was skeptical. There was a bit of trepidation because I've known Greg for a number of years, and opening up to somebody that you know to is really, really hard. And quite bluntly, a lot of the stuff that Greg and Tracy talk about is a bit woo-woo, and I just don't get it. What I did do was I opened myself up to the opportunity. I rolled with it. I listened. I gave. And I took action. And I mean, hand on heart, I can say I have never been as comfortable and as happy within myself as I can remember. Life is not this whole amazing, I'm not some woo-woo guru now that has just found the Zen moment and everything is amazing. We're always a work in progress. What it's given me though, again, is that framework for me to self-manage, self-regulate, to recognize those signs of when I am going back into that destructive mode where I'm starting to fall into the old traps and habits, step out, look at what I'm doing and make absolutely calculated, balanced decisions around changing my behaviors in that moment. And I still have bad days, I still have bad moments, but what I'm able to do now is recognize those bad moments and take action before they become longer periods and start impacting on those around me. My wife has commented saying that I'm just the most chilled she's ever known. I am playing golf during the week instead of working 70, 80, 100 hours and using that time tactically. And the future that I can see is so much more brighter. I have got such better relationships with those people around me and I value them even more, even though I'm saying no to a lot more stuff and I'm saying yes to me a lot more. So all I can really say is this is not unique to me. This is something that nearly every guy that I know faces these same challenges. We are so stoic. We shut down when it comes to confrontation, especially at home, because we'd rather not deal with it than argue. Or if we do argue, we go on massive dangerous cycles. And it's just not happening anymore. So recognize that it's you that needs to change. Use Greg, don't use Greg, but take some action. Look into what you can do to focus on you first, because when you get you right, man, it's amazing how everything else is falling into place around me, and I'm so thankful for it. So Greg, buddy, from the bottom of my heart, thanks for all the work they've been doing over the last 6 months. It's actually made me a better human being, and everything else is much more brighter and more successful because of it. Cheers, guys.